Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Going up top for Kupp. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Little bootleg here. Howell. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now a 2nd and 10. Second down throw for Howell. Complete. It's Dotson. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They go play action with Howell. Past the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Sam Howell, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Commanders are able to stretch out their lead. Made a great read there, CD. Good decision to keep it.
And I think what we just saw there is someone understanding that throwing the ball through that traffic can also be fraught with disaster. Keep it, use your legs, get into the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And Bennett will look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Racing to the end zone, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
And they'll go right back to Evans.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
On 1st and 10, it's Evans.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here's 2nd and 10. Bennett now.
Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
They'll run on 1st down with Evans.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Let's go.
Now 2nd and 5. Bennett.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go again here with Akers. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On second down, Evans looking for space. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
1st and 10. Here's Bennett. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a pass hauled in downfield. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Evans running behind center.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Zach Evans with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the third quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
56 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's Cook again.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Howell. Out left to Dotson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Powers through him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Cook. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They try again with Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Dalvin Cook.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here, because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Now a handoff coming left, Evans.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Bennett.
Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
They'll throw again with Bennett.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Now left side on the swing pass.
Into space at the 45.
And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
2nd and 10.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Al now to throw it. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. De'Ami Brown.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Commanders start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time, as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Cougar 19.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them.